Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind, where we're not where we left off. We're in the tower at the minute, we're in Uvirith, because I've been busy. So I had to think about what I wanted to do. I wondered what I wanted to do with that constant effect enchantment, and I got a lot of suggestions in the comments. A lot of them were suggestions using effects that I can't have in this game because of the version of Morrowind Rebirth I have. Unfortunately, it locks out some of the. Oops, I'm wearing the wrong amulet now. That won't do. Where's Affabel's star gone? Don't mind me. Just there we go. Someone suggested I bound next and previous spell to my mouse wheel. I'm now realizing why that was a bad idea. Because I can't zoom in and out in third-person view without accidentally equipping a magical item. Maybe we won't do that. Maybe just, maybe we'll just reassign that to something else. There we go. Okay, anyway, carrying on. There were a lot of suggestions. As I said, a lot of them were using effects that I can't use in the game right now. A lot of them were very, very gamey suggestions, if I'm honest. No offense to you guys, it's just, I didn't want to have a constant effect enchantment that would just be completely and utterly broken. And a lot of the suggestions were for stuff that would be totally broken, I'm afraid. And I made a decision in the end. And I decided, what would Fathis really appreciate? Would have been a few really annoying things in his travels over the years that he's had to deal with that he would prefer not to have to deal with. And I decided to get a shirt because enchanting a shirt meant I wouldn't have to enchant a ring that would replace one of my other ones I already have. I called it Fathis' fancy shirt. It's an exquisite shirt. It has constant effect slow fall 1 point on self, which means basically we'll never take falling damage ever again so long as we wear the shirt. Because how many times have we been levitating or something and then fallen down and... Oops, just bumped the microphone, whoops. How many times have we been levitating and then fallen and then taken fall damage? Pretty much every time I go to the damn secret lab, I take fall damage. So I finally decided, constant effect slow fall 1 point. Let's have it. No more falling damage ever again. Additionally, constant effect water breathing, because having to go into the menu and cast water breathing every time we go into water is also a little bit annoying and a bit irritating, so we don't have to do that anymore either. We're practically an Argonian at this point. We just breathe underwater completely without me having to do anything, as long as we're wearing the shirt. So there you go, that's what I went with in the end. It also had the side effect of not totally breaking the bank. I've got 50 grand left instead of, virtually nothing left. Which was good. So there you are. We've done it. There were other things that I would have liked to do instead, like, for example, a constant effect, 1 point restore fatigue would be nice. But that's not available with this version of Morrowind, this old, very out-of-date version of Morrowind Rebirth I'm currently using. I get why a lot of those effects are locked out, because they're quite cheesy and easy to exploit. But on the other hand, I feel like if you're going to make constant effect, grand enough souls that you can do constant effect enchantments with so rare in the first place, you should really just let the player do what they want with it when they finally do get one. So, but whatever. It is what it is. And that's what I went with in the end. Slow fall 1 point on self, water breathing on self, constant effect for both. Neat. However, there's another thing I've done for those power gamers among the audience. I rediscovered a little exploit that you can use in this game, which is kind of neat. You see this here. Let's have a look. This is the Mantle of Woe. You may remember this. We picked it up from the Mad Necromancer living in Rimhole underneath Skull Village on Solstheim. And it's an interesting item because it has constant effect. Drain personality 100 points. Weakness to normal weapons 20% on self. Fortify maximum magicka 5 times your intelligence score, which is huge. Sun damage 20 points on self, and Fortify conjuration 50 points on self. So it was sort of kind of an interesting item, but the drawbacks of wearing it were kind of ridiculously bad. What I figured out though, and as a side note actually as well, we have a belt around here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, the belt, the unarmed, I've been using for ages, which has this annoying side effect of being 20% weaker to normal weapons. And then I remembered there's a thing you can do in Morrowind, which is you make a spell. I'm looking for it in the list here. You make a spell with resist 100% magic for like 1 or 2 seconds itself. You cast it, you quickly open your inventory, and you put on whatever little cursed item you've got. Like that is, and it will basically, you will resist the nasty effects and keep the positive ones. This is the old exploit that you used to be able to use with the boots of blinding speed, for example, to be able to run really fast and actually still see. And I remembered that you could do that, and I thought, I could do that with the Mantle of Woe and the Belt of the Unarmed. So here's the thing though. This is Curse Remover. We cast it. So we put on the Belt of the Unarmed. And we put on the Mantle of Woe. Resisted magic. However, there's a drawback. We still have the sun damage, because sun damage is immune to resist magic. Presumably, the reason that's the case is because Bethesda didn't want you casting a resist magic spell on yourself before you become a vampire in order to avoid sun damage. So sun damage you cannot avoid with the resist magicka, but everything else we have avoided. And look at me now. My magicka is now 877. My conjuration is now 121. I can cast Dwemer Animunculi all goddamn day long, and I don't even care. So that's pretty neat. All the expensive spells that were just way too difficult to bother with, even like Fathers' Battering Ram, I can just cast like a whole bunch of times now. Pretty neat, huh? The downside, though, of course, is it still has sun damage, so we can't wear the Mantle of Woe outdoors. Which, you know, I feel like is a fair trade-off for what is otherwise an incredibly broken item. I mean, look how much magic I have now. Imagine if you put this item on a high elf who already has with the correct star signs, who already has a big intelligence magicka multiplier. It'd be outrageous. But yeah, so that's the thing we can do now. If we're going through a long dungeon and I need more magical reserves, we can cast the Curse Remover, and we can pop on the Mantle of Woe, and suddenly we are able to summon loads of stuff quite easily, and we have tons and tons of magicka, which is pretty neat. And also, additionally, I can now wear the Belt of the Unarmed without the weakness to normal weapons, which is a neat little thing. So, there we go. That's what I've decided to do with regards to magical stuff.
Archmagister of House.
You see, because the whole train of thought began with me wondering what would happen if I put a Dispel constant effect enchantment on my on a ring or on the shirt or something like that, and I couldn't get that to work. And then I thought to myself, hang on a minute, you can just make a resist magicka spell, can't you? And then I went and did that. So anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play Morrowind, where previously we went to the Outer Realms of Oblivion. We went to Pergamea via the Caverns of Sud up in Dagon Fell, to kill a bunch of rogue mages that wanted to kill one of our Telvanni lords, the newly appointed one. What are you doing, man? Just wiggling in front of the lantern for some reason, doing the dance of his people. Anyway, that's what we did. That's what we did. You're one of the ones I can talk to? No, you're not. I can talk to you, though. You're one of the fun ones. Are you just like yeah, you're just the one I summoned, aren't you? How long does that last for? It lasts for 2 minutes. Wow. Okay, anyway. So now, what are we doing? We're going to go to... What's the time? It's 5 p.m. So what we're going to do, we're going to go rest for the night. That's what we're going to do. I'm just going to quickly cast Levitate to get over here. And we're going to rest for the night. A bit early to be going to bed, obviously, but, you know, whatever. It's not just sleeping, he's resting. There's a difference. And now, we're going to... There we go. See, no falling damage. It's glorious. We're going to... Second. We're going to go to Sadrith Mora and see what our assistant fellow needs us to do next. Okay. Telvanni Council House. Putting the Tamriel Rebuilt exploration on hold for a little bit now, because I'm in the mood to do some questing with a little bit more structure at the moment, rather than just exploration for its own sake. Right. I don't know why. Is it the door? What's giving me issues here? This is really weird. There's a little invisible wall here. Anyway. Greetings, Archmagister. Your swift and determined actions in Pergamea have impressed a lot of people, not so much the Masters, as they did expect this from you, but rather the simple people. My ears report them toasting to your health when meeting in a tavern. You're doing well, Archmagister. Would you like to celebrate for a moment, or are you ready for the Council's next current focus? I'm glad that you could help Mistress Rethosa with her problem. Now that you have a working summoning chamber again, you should consult the former Archmagisters on future occasions. And you have also retrieved Zaphibel's star. Magnificent. You should keep it as a symbol of your power. And take this. These notes were compiled by Gallos Methendis, Arian's old mouse. Old mouse? His old mouse. They are especially focused on the beginnings of House Telvanni. Now, shall we turn our attention to the current focus of the council, shall we? I'm just thinking now to the book on top of the piano about a bag of holding. I didn't go for a feather enchantment in the end because I did think, you know, if I'm going to get a bag of holding quite soon, I might not need one. But okay, whatever. Climb the mushroom holds been added to your inventory. Okay. I hear discontent about the Guild of Mages, and it is growing. The councillors had to watch Gothra and do nothing about the Guild's threatening behaviour. If you want to make a statement about House Telvanni's impregnability, I suggest you eliminate the Guild. That'd be awfully inconvenient. I use their teleporters quite often. The Guild of Mages is an imperial rival which only serves to hamper our research and disrupt the stability of magic use with their imperial bureaucracy and oversight. They've been a threat since they arrived, but Gothran did not see the use in removing them. I kind of tend to agree, if I'm honest. Arian and the other councillors think differently. There are two ways we could go about this. Are you ready to begin, Archmagister? Let's hear it. Wait, what? Whoa, hold on. I didn't want to actually make a decision there. Well, before we begin our operation, I believe they have some scholars we could poach from their ranks. Two strike me in particular: Edwina Elbert in Alderoon, and her fascination with all things Dwemer, and Skink and Tree Shade here in Sadrith Mora, researching the 6th house. See if you can persuade them to join House Telvanni. We will, of course, provide generous funding for their projects. I have reduced the influence of... I think I was supposed to say I have decided to. Gosh. Yeah, okay, I suppose so. Alright, fine, yes. I suppose that's probably what Fathers might have decided to do anyway. It's just I'm thinking purely from a selfish player perspective right now in terms of, I like my teleporters to get around faster. It's really helpful. Look at that, I can actually take that sapphire if I wanted to. I'm not going to, because I think it's supposed to be inlaid into the chair. It's a bit weird if I just started popping the gems out of my own throne. Might raise questions about the state of the treasury. But okay, fine. So I'm going to go talk to Skinken Tree Shade and Sadrith Mora and Edwina Elbert. Somehow I don't see Skinken Tree Shade joining us. I'll be honest, part of me just doesn't see it happening, because he's an Argonian. And House Telvanni keeps an awful lot of Argonian slaves. But maybe I'm misjudging him. Edwina Elbert, on the other hand... Oh, sorry, everybody, I've gone through the wrong bloody door. Edwina Elbert, on the other hand, we could probably just bribe her with some Dwemer stuff. What time is it? Oh, it's 7 AM still. Alright, yeah. Sun up. Hello, good folk of Sadrith Mora. Just your Archmagister coming through. All just setting up their stores for the day. The sunbeams cross over the mushroom tentacle things. You see the silhouette of possibly the ruins of Kemel Z over there, actually. I think you can see them from here. Being as we're halfway between Vardenfell and the mainland. I can't think of anything else that would be over there. We're here, we're looking that way. Yeah, that's Kemel Z. We still haven't been there yet. It's on the to-do list as we explore up this way eventually. Because we're kind of going to go when we go back to Old Everheart to continue our journey eastwards. When Fathis has freed up a bit more time away from the business of being Archmagister, we're going to kind of head along this way, and then cut up here a bit, and then back down and across to eventually Necrom. But the Ruins of Kemel Z has definitely kind of been on Fathis' to-do list for a while. He's been wanting to go there for his own academic purposes for a long time now, and he just hasn't quite managed to get the chance. Alright, Skink. We must speak. Before I do, I think I'm going to charm you a bit. Jesus, advancement, neither, my friend, neither. What am I supposed to say to him? Don't tell me. There was another dialogue topic with the guy I was supposed to flipping say. I was supposed to freaking click on before this happens. If you look for the bad in people expecting to find it, you surely will. It's easier to find in some people than others, though, especially those that keep slaves. I have observed this about slaves, that whenever a slave's condition is improved, instead of increasing the slave's contentment, it only increases their desire to be free and sets them to thinking of plans to gain their freedom. I have found that to make a contented slave, it is necessary to make a thoughtless one. Yeah, there was a god. Don't you just love, by which I mean hate, when this happens? Oh dear, I meant to do mark, not recall. This is going great. Some Archmagister I am. Can't get me mark and recall spells mixed up. Yeah, hello old Ebonheart. I need to get indoors somewhere so I can teleport without time passing. Anyone hearing him say that out loud would think he was quite mad, I suppose. I need to go inside with my ring so that I can teleport without time passing. Imperial Guard's just like, okay, I'm gonna give this guy a wide berth. He might be dangerous. Okay, upper tower. Ugh, so annoying. Getting some use out of the elevator now. The only reason I'm doing it is because if I switch to the levitation belt... Oh, this is going to take us all the way to the top. That's not what I wanted. Damn it. The only reason I'm using it is because if I switch to the levitation belt, if I want to put the unarmored belt on again, I'm going to have to cast the spell again in order to get rid of the negative effect and blah, 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 blah. So I got an elevator, might as well use it. Something with constant effect levitation would have been quite nice as well, actually, now I think about it. But I don't actually think there was an option available for that, annoyingly. Never mind. Alright, let's finish our conversation from earlier. Yeah, here we go. He specializes in the study of House Dagoth. Ooh. Although we already have information on them, we believe Skink has new knowledge of the lost Dagoth soul sorcery, the profane magics they once practiced. Perhaps if you told him of our new tolerance policy towards Argonians and Khajiit, a policy that doesn't yet exist, mind you, but don't let him know that. I'm sure the Argonian will respond to your sincerity and charm, Archmagister. Should you wish it so, we can address it more seriously later. Edwina, on the other hand. Edwina is a prominent researcher of the Dwemer, and she's looking to apply for the chair of Dwemer Studies position for Vardenfell, although she will not admit it. I suggest you appeal to her better interests and try to offer a bribe. Here is 500 gold. She may expect more. I trust you to deal with it. I'm surprised that you've given me 500 gold for this. Like, I couldn't already just afford that out of my own pocket, but then whatever. If it's going to come from the official treasury, then fine. I'd reckon that gets filed away on the reports, right? Like on the audit. Some guy in Port Telvanni, like, did he have a section of the form that's just titled bribes? Probably does, actually. This is House Telvanni we're talking about. Divine intervention. What does the Archmagister of House Telvanni want from me? Let me tell you about House Telvanni's new tolerance policy. Tolerance policy? What's that supposed to mean? You say that all are welcome, even amongst the most hostile house, other than the Dreads, of course. Skink shudders. What caused this drastic shift in house politics? Until recently, your house hadn't been welcoming to Outlanders. Been enslaving my kin for generations. I have been a prisoner myself, and I have begun to change House Telvanni, and I will continue to do so. You have my word on this. For after all, I am an Outlander as well. Strange. I am inclined to agree with you. Very well. As proof of your sincerity, you will need to find me the following items for my research. I require a 6th house amulet and an advance payment of 5,000 gold. I'm sure I can rustle up a 6th house amulet from somewhere in the tower. Maybe from the hideout in Vivek. I'm sure I've got one somewhere.
Potions and elixirs in town are right here.
Meanwhile, let's go to Aldrune. Ash Waste, capital of the world. And also home to you.
Oh, Outlander, did you want something?
Why are you playing with those coins, Father Sylvan? You haven't come to offer me a bribe, have you? A bribe, you say? Well, this could buy me the very part that I need. I'm so close to a working animunculus. But first, if I'm to take my research to you, I need some items for my research. First, I need at least 3,000 septums as a research grant, and a Dwemer Cohera. You can find them in most Dwemer ruins. Only then will I consider your proposal. Again, I'm sure we can rustle up something. Very well, I shall return. Tell you what. Mark. I shall return directly, in fact. we sold all those daggers to Laruvi, isn't it, really? Covered the costs of the bribes. Okay, so Dwemer Kohira. Boosh, there's one. I need to try and remember to get some more of those, actually. Out of character knowledge, this big time, massive big time, but you need Dwemer Kohiras if you want to visit Kemelzy. So I need to stockpile those. At least get one. Now, 6th House Amulet. I have a few bits and bobs on the desk here. What have we got? 6th House Amulet. Perfect. Recall. There we go. Hello. I'm back. Also, open your eyes. It looks weird otherwise. You have found me the items. I will join House Telvanni. Although I'm sure you were told by some idiot advisor to offer her a bribe, I will overlook that. The objects you've brought me would well lead to the first working animunculus around Fathisilvan. First working animunculus around, huh? I might have beaten you to the punch, I'm afraid, with my tower guardians, but that's fine. Why can't I click items for research? I don't know. Right. With that out of the way, let's go back to Sardathmore and have a word with Skink. Hello. You've found me the items. I will join House Telvanni. Things will be better with the new tolerance policy you assured me of, won't they, Archmagister? Yeah. Sure. That's a headache for another day, apparently. A bridge will burn when we get to it. Oh, well, that was nice and straightforward.
Yes, Dunmer.
Yeah, this is the way out.
What's this about?
Morning, officer. I aim to get you out of this part of the world as soon as humanly possible, but I won't hold it personally against you. Thinking now how the Ashlander are like, oh yeah, the Nerevarines going to drive the Outlanders from Morrowind, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, I suppose they weren't wrong.
A warm welcome.
In a sense. Drive the Empire from Morrowind, oh, absolutely. Outlanders full stop, maybe not. I mean, I'm an Outlander. So. Oof. I thought the game was going to crash then. Quick save! There's just a little brief hitch there that made me feel a little nervous. Do you know, having said all that about, like, you know, for having followers around is a little bit...
Impressive. These clothes suit you well.
Oh, thank you. I do happen to quite like this robe, actually. Thank you for the kind words, madam. I was just saying about how, like, having an NPC companion following around is a little bit irritating. It does also feel a little bit weird to be walking around in Sardathmore just by myself as the Archmagister without some sort of entourage or bodyguard or whatever, you know? Maybe I should consider bringing one of my followers around. Could bring Gavin, the apprentice along, could bring the Jamora, could bring What's-a-Face. For better or worse, they are all part of Fathid's story now. Maybe I should pay them more attention. Something to think about. One option I could have done actually with my Grand Soul Gem, well, with my Zero Star Soul thing, was to make a constant effect summon enchantment for something, like a Daedroth or a Tremora or whatever, or a Bone Lord. That would have been cool. But it just didn't seem as useful at the time as what I went with in the end. So, anyway. I hear discontent about the Guild of Mages, and it is growing. The councillors had to watch Gothram do nothing about the Guild's threatening behaviour. Yep. I do have news. You've managed to persuade Edwina. Excellent. I hear that he's joined House Telvanni. I'm sure you would want to know of his research or topics. You may find him in Tellarune somewhere. Oh, he's moved now. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing about his House Dagoth research. For entirely unrelated reasons. Oh yeah, the main quest. That's a thing, isn't it? Yeah, well, to be fair, you know, we're still on that stage of the main quest where the wise woman has told us to go forth, watch the moons come and go, and many, many months later return to me. She consults the ancestors and blah, 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 etc., etc. It's one of the many bits in the main quest that I like. It's one of the reasons I like the main quest in Morrowind. It's one of the many bits in the main quest where the game is basically giving you an out. It's giving you an excuse to just go and do other stuff for a while. Instead of being all like, oh no, you must go now, immediately, Dagoth is attacking Aldrune. Anyway. That's entirely besides the point right now. So, both have agreed. The mark of a true wizard is knowing that their loyalty lies only with their research. Good work, Archmagister. I believe now we can begin to dissolve the guild's influence. Talk to me again when the Archmage lies dead, Fathisolven. You know what you have to do. Kill Trebonius Artorius of the Guild of Mages in Vivek. Yes, I did need to get my hands on his amulet after all, so... Very well. I will see about killing the Archmage. Maybe not right away, though. This seems like another opportunity to just sort of let things fizzle for a little while and then attend to it later, actually. Why don't we have a word with our predecessors down here? And I can just drop down because no falling damage. I love it already. Hello, Gothran. Your advice? Nothing to say about the Mages Guild, huh? Alright. Yeah, nothing interesting to say apparently. Right. I suggest we go back to the tower and we look into this bag of holding business. I think that's what we should do now. So, Secrets of Dwemer Containment. Scholars have debated whether, in the story of Azura and the Box, the Dwemer Nikhilbar used the sleight of hand or magic to trick Azura. In 3E128, Telvanni scholars discovered an ancient Dwemer text on how to construct a box able to teleport its contents. Besides its historical importance in bringing Nikhilbar's legend to light, it has served as a useful guide to mages attempting to replicate these Dwemer experiments. Scholars believe the Dwemer used teleportation enchantments to transport heavy loads onto the battlefield. A light pack can be enchanted to teleport objects to and from a larger container. This allows one to carry objects without carrying them at all. The items stay in the larger container until they are magically drawn from the smaller one. Since the text translation, Telvanni mages have managed to replicate such containers with moderate success. The first requirement is a container, bag, or box. A soft container often produces the best results with alchemical ingredients woven directly into the fabric. When imbued with an enchantment, the alchemical ingredients resonate with the enchantment's related effect. A telekinesis enchantment is required to create a bag that can move objects from one place to another. An elite hide bag, dyed with a mixture of bone meal and scuttle, will resonate with this enchantment best because they all produce the same telekinesis effect. 2 similar bags are required, one larger, one smaller. To prepare them for enchantment, the smaller bag is placed inside the larger one. The enchantment requires a soul gem with a strong soul. However, a pure telekinesis enchantment is not sufficient to imbue the bag, though it is required while the bag... Oh my goodness, I'm really losing track already. While the bag is still absorbing the required... The enchantment, mark and recall spells must be cast on the bag simultaneously. Once the spells are cast, the bag takes time to absorb the magicka before the spell effects take hold. Once the bag stops discharging magicka, the smaller bag may be carried away and used. If the enchantment is successful, the smaller bag will open a magical tunnel to the larger bag, allowing one to reach it and teleport objects across vast distances. Can I pay someone to do this for me? I got a journal update the first time I read this book, by accident. Read through the book on creating the bag of holding. I need allet hide to make the bag, and bone meal and scuttle to make the dye. Then I need to find crafters to construct it. A good choice for Eddie, perhaps. Fantastic. After the bag's created, oh, no, I still have to do this monarchy here. I enchant it using the mark, recall, and telekinesis spells. This step sounds complicated. Perhaps I ought to ask Master Arian about it. Very well. Okay, allet hide, bone meal, scuttle. That's step one. Alright, where would we get those things? I bet some of them are in the storage down at the bottom of the tower. Let's see. Egg crates, comberry, scrib jelly, quamacuttle, salt rice, ash yams, wick wheat, marshmallow, cocoa brew, tackle leaf. Where's the scuttle? There it is. Where's the beef? Okay, so I got scuttle. Scrib jerky, bit of green petals. Scrib jerky, but that's yummy. Okay. So now we just need bone meal. And we need an allet hide. Alright. Maybe I've got something in the lab. By continuing to dutifully guard the steps. Well, having said that...
Archmagister of House Telvanni, how may I serve you?
Sure was. I don't have anything for him to do just yet. No, you can just stay here. I'm going to have someone following me around. It's going to be someone more competent than you. Now then, do I have some bone meal here somewhere? Gosh, if I do, it's probably buried under 100 other different things. It's not exactly difficult to get your hands on, to be fair. It would just save a bit of time if I do have it. I know I don't have any allet hide. That's not something I would generally have about the place. I thought about enchanting the Snow Prince's shield, actually, but it turns out it really does not have a very high enchant level, which is a bit disappointing. Yeah, all the Solstheim gubbins. Happy memories. Graal eyeballs. Mushroom wood tray. Sounds like the sort of thing you'd find in Dwarf Fortress, don't it? Mushroom wood tray. With Dwarf Bisley at the crafting station producing mushroom wood goods. I can't wait until Dwarf Fortress comes out. Like the Steam version of it comes out. It's going to be so much fun. You know, I play so many other sort of like so-called colony sims, you know, like RimWorld, etc. But nothing just, I don't know. I always sit there and I play them for a bit and I always find them a little bit lacking. I always just find myself going, yeah, but it's not Dwarf Fortress, is it? The only problem with Dwarf Fortress is like every time I want to play it, I have to completely relearn all the muscle memory for all of the controls and how to make the game do the stuff that you want it to do, because obviously it has a very, very rudimentary user interface. So, yeah. Right, Alec Hyde's Bone Mill. Do you know what? You know the direction this seems to be pushing me in right now. The game seems to be pushing me into the direction of you should go back to the mainland, because one, I don't want to go kill Trebonius right now, just yet. And two, I need to find a few random little alchemy ingredients. And do you know what? I will probably find them in no time at all if I'm just wandering about the mainland, visiting shops and killing wild animals, etc. So, I guess that's what I'm going to do. Now, rather annoyingly, I've gotten rid of my my mark, that how I say in Old Ebonheart, but getting back there won't really be a problem,
Magister of House Telvanni.
because I actually don't even need to use this, do I? Divine intervention. There we go. See, these teleporters, these Mage's Guild teleporters, man, they're really useful. I hope we don't have to get rid of these. I wish to go to... Almasara wants me to go to Mournhold still. I don't think we're going to do that just yet either. I wish to go to... Beck. Not to kill Trebonius, though.
Yes, Dunmer? What do you want?
To speak to this guy. I wish to go to Old Ebonheart. Marvellous. Hello, everybody. I guess the Old Ebonheart mages will still be around if I kick them out, because I'm only kicking them off Vardenfell, right? The Mages Guild. We're not kicking them out of the mainland. That's beyond our purview. It's this guy. I didn't mean to go down here, actually. I forgot that this place has a bit of a weird layout. There we go. Alright, so we're back in Old Ebonheart, and we want to leave it going eastwards, across here. Because as I said, this little sort of area down here, that's just part of the previous terrain. You can't go there, because that's where the Mournhold is. So there's a sort of split of land along here we can explore. And then we get into this area, which we very much can explore all of. And it's quite a large area, really. I mean, you take this chunk of land here, it's almost the size of Vardenfell. It's kind of massive, so... Right. Let's say that before we left, we changed into our travelling gear. Includes the hat. I've decided it includes the hat. Makes us look like a travelling merchant or something. And now we head out of town. South out the gate, then east. To Morrowind. Well, we're already in Morrowind, but you know. What's going on? Didn't we already have this happen? Or did I end up getting killed and have to reload? That must be what happened. I must have been killed and had to reload, and therefore this hasn't happened yet, and now it has. Now tell me, where are the Ashlanders who ate my horse? I am not telling you. Yeah, goodbye. Alright, anyway. Continuing on then. Don't know where the road turns east, actually, here at this point. We'll just carry on down here until it's an obvious turn off to the left somewhere. I mean, we're kind of going easterly right now, anyway. What is it about this neck of the woods? The weather here is always a bit rubbish. It's raining half the time I was down here earlier. Now it's just overcast. Oh, look, it's a Velk. Right, that's Dondrel, isn't it? Do I still have one of my maps on me? Climb the mushroom hole. We'll read that at some point. I really mean that. We'll stop in a tavern or an inn or some point along our journey and I'll try and remember to read that. No, just lots of maps of the Sacred Lands. Southwest. No. I think I must have filed them away. Oh well. Oh, my cat is being so cute. I'm sorry, folks. I'm momentarily distracted here because he's being such a cute little bastard. He's all curled up on his bed next to me on the desk here, and then he just did this little thing where he stretches his legs out and then scrunches up his paws, and so they cover his face. It kind of looks like he's going, "Don't look at me." Yeah, now he's rolled over so I can scratch his belly. Yeah, you're a cute little bugger. I know. He killed a sparrow, though, yesterday. Actually, was it yesterday? Well, we don't really know, because we found it in the morning. Lying there on the carpet. Dead little sparrow. An ex-sparrow. It had ceased to be. It was not pining for the fjords. Yes, Colin, you're a murderer. It's true. You didn't even eat the sparrow either, not that I could tell, looking at it. You didn't seem to have chowed down on it, you just seemed to kill it for sport. My cat is a psychopath, everybody. Anyway. I just thought I'd share that delightful detail with you. Yeah, I started my day today with a dead bird on the carpet. Although, to be fair, I noticed the feathers first. I was like, why are there feathers everywhere? They were sort of little fluffy black downy feathers. And my first assumption was that he managed to destroy one of his feather toys, and it had gotten everywhere. And then of course, it turned out that wasn't the case. Quick save. Not done that in a while yet. I've put another collar on him now, which has a bell on it. Because in an ideal world, I'd prefer it if my cat didn't decimate the local sparrow population, because the poor sparrows are minding their own business. Really, you know, and people's cats like murdering lots of local rodents and birds. You know, it has an effect actually on the local ecosystem that is not particularly brilliant. But you know, honestly, the problem is it's easier said than done, because when I do put a collar on him with a bell on it, he chews the bell off. He sort of like, you know, makes his head go all weird, and then he gets the bell in his mouth and he chews it enough so that it comes off the collar. The cunning little devil. He's gone through 2 other collars at this point that had bells on, that he's managed to selectively ruin. Whoa. Okay, it's not as deep as I thought. I didn't realise that was water there for a second. I thought that was just like distant fog, and I was like, whoa, how deep does this go? I mean, it still looks like it's pretty deep, but I can see the bottom from here. It's pretty cool, though, isn't it? You don't really see really deep gorges like this in Bethesda's games, do you? This has always been a bit more of a gothic thing. I didn't mention this because I'm probably going to be playing Gothic on Twitch soon. Finished Daggerfall. Going to break it up with a little bit of Dark Messiah Might and Magic, and then after that it's going to be Gothic. I realised the ravine thing just now looking at it, because I booted up Gothic just yesterday actually to make sure it still works on this computer. And what struck me about it was how amazingly vertical the terrain is in Gothic compared to Morrowind. And I only compare the two because Gothic came out, I think, something like only a year before Morrowind, a year or 2. can't remember if it came out in 2000 or 2001. But these two games came out very close to each other. They're very different. Even though they're both open world RPGs, they're both really different. I am looking forward to playing Gothic. It's going to be good. Also a very unforgiving and obtuse game, but in completely different ways. Now there's a big stonking old Dwemer Ruin over there. No. Oh yeah, and there's a little Ashlandy bit over here too. Oh, please. Where's a cat when you need one, huh? And where my paws of the wolf runner, good. Okay, so that's that little monastery we visited before. And then there's this Ashlandy bit. Which seems very difficult to get to, honestly. If I could be attacked by a random Allet around here somewhere, that would just be absolutely grand. There's old Ebonheart in the distance. There's this place. I think I remember an NPC calling it the Scar or something. Interesting. Very interesting. What's up here? Cliff races. If only the spell required a race of plumes. Oh, a blighted one, no less. Right. Quite a useful view from up here, actually. What's that down there? A couple of little overhangs and a wagon or something. Far more interested in this, though. What have we here? Bethung. I come seeking treasures of Bethung. Seems like there's a fight going on in here somewhere. Interesting. Oh no. Oh look, there's a mummy spider and a babby spider. How silly. There's an awful lot of them there. Okay, we have a dead male orc. Being attacked by another one. Please go away. I hear another one clinking around, probably upstairs. What have you got on you? Nothing particularly amazing. But I'll take your pocket change. Ooh. I'll have these. Yep, those as well. Keep an eye out for Dwemer Coheras, actually. That's what I should do while I'm here. Dwemer Tube. Close but no cigar. Emerald, nice. No jerk. Go away. Please do leave me alone. Don't have time for your shenanigans. I'll put on the Mantle of Woe and summon a bloody Sphere Centurion to get rid of you. The Thung. Guess this might be the tower we saw on the outside. Let's open this up, shall we? It's not trapped, is it? No. It is a trap door, but it's not trapped. Okay. What have we here? A bucket. A desk with some raw glass in it, more raw glass, scrap metal, a ruby, peridot, diamond. Well, don't mind if I do, I suppose. Yeah, I already searched these tonight. It just looks different in the dark. This would be the observatory. I'm going to levitate here because there is quite often something hiding on the top level. You never know, right? Yeah, look at that. Antecedents of Dwemer Law, and a corpse, and a Dwemer Jing Sword, and a Dwemer Helm. Rare Dwemer book, rare Dwemer skeleton at that, actually. I'll have it. For the collection. Pretty sure I've already got a copy of that one, but, you know, whatever. Can't hurt to have a spare, I suppose. Lower level, lock level 50. Well, well, well. What have we here? Magma, that's what we have here. And some very, very hot metal plates. I have to assume they'd be pretty hot, wouldn't they? You couldn't walk on that. That's ridiculous. It's also very dark down here. Whoa! Oh, marvellous. That was quite cool. Yeah, well, I wasn't the first victim apparently, but hey, Fathers' fancy shirt, showing its worth already. Oh, how ironic, he had the amulet of an LCV intervention the entire time. Wonder why he didn't use it. Sorry, I need to alt-tab out for a second. I'm getting really distracted by the fact that my web browser is open on the other monitor and it's doing that thing again where it scrolls down, even though I'm in the game using the mouse wheel. Couple of coins. I don't need frost salts. Repair prongs. Don't know if I do. Make sure they're repairing a hat with a pair of prongs. That makes sense. Oh, okay, so that was it. Alright then, I suppose. I'm a little underwhelmed, but that's okay. Okay. Nice little diversion, I suppose. Levitate. Ooh, looks like swampland down there. Bit of a change of scenery. Coming up, perhaps. I think I'm going to float on down here and see what the deal with this little wagon is first, though. If it's a trader, it might have ally hides or something. Bone meal. Actually, I could do with a random ancestral tomb, actually. That would have some bone meal in it. Hello. Hey, Ran. Must be well-travelled, Outlander, or very lost to find such an out-of-the-way corner of Morrowind. Neither, my friend. I am simply killing time. That's all.
What is it, Sarah?
You, sir. I don't know you. What do you want? Gevar's the name. I'm a herder and a porter and whatever else the Lord's Indra would have me be. Not a trader, then. How unfortunate. You know what I must remember to do to actually go and see Skink at some point. I could have done that before coming here. It just slipped my mind. And it probably won't be the first time. Alright, so we go past this big ashen mountain range. And it is quite a hefty one. Look at all this dark blob space on the map here. And then you end up in a swamp. Just gonna go up as high as I can to get a nice view. And see perhaps where what the lay of the land is. Because there might be something else interesting up in these ashy mountains here. Nearly. Not that it would have mattered if I'd fallen out of the sky at this point, thanks to my fancy shirt. Part of me feels like it should have been fancy trousers, but I couldn't find any exquisite trousers, so. It had to be an exquisite shirt. Got it from the tailor in Aldroon, in case you were wondering. Vivali Tenaran, or whatever her name is. Well, it's a superbly sculpted bit of terrain, but there doesn't actually seem to be much here, does there? I was hoping to maybe spot an ancestral tomb or something from up high. But I suppose if there was one here, the entrance to it might have been buried a long time ago. There is a road going through here, at least. I mean, I figured there probably was a road going through here from somewhere, I just couldn't find it at the time. Well, I'm sure I could have found it, but I didn't have my little map, and I didn't feel particularly patient either. Imagine exploring this, but with the vanilla Morrowind view distance. There's a shuddering thought. Bonk. Perfect! Good sir! Sometimes things just work out the way you really want them to. Except that, the game laughed at me when I said that, didn't it? Elite meat, we need elite hide. Oh well, there's a lunch, I suppose. Maybe I shall dispose of this corpse in the hopes that it'll respawn later if I happen to come back the other way. Okay, so we enter a new region now. Sundered Scar region. I guess this is the Sundered Scar, right? I assume that the mountain range is the Sundered Scar. This is something else. There are cliff races here, though. I just saw one flying around the treetops there. This is a bit more bitter coast, isn't it? Although it seems to be much bigger. And, you know, not quite the same. It's a swamp like the bitter coast, but something about it isn't quite the same, is it? It's very flat by comparison. Oh, a dangerous ruin. And rain. Well, you know, suits the environment at least. Go away. Almalexia, Old Ebonheart, Dondrel. I notice that there's nothing of any significance in either that direction or this direction. Good. We're in the wilderness now. Just where I want to be, in fact. So much so are we in the wilderness, I couldn't even find a single ancestral tomb or cave in that entire mountain range. Well, there might have been one hidden away somewhere, but I couldn't see it from the air. Anything tucked away down here? No? Mud crab over there? Scrib there? Oh wow, this is quite an extensive looking ruin, isn't it? Oh look, we've got like cheap Star Trek smoky swamp effects going on. It's like Dagobah. I know that's Star Wars, not Star Trek. Before you start lynching me in the comments for that. I watched the episode of Star Trek today, and I realised then a lot of the time when they're on an away mission down on a planet where there's lots of forest or whatever, and it's quite dark, they do tend to crank up the dry ice just so that they don't have to, like, you know, build a convincing-looking forest floor. I just noticed that and chuckled today. Is there a way into this place? I know I can just levitate over the wall, but sometimes it pays off to actually find the correct entrance. You could fit a whole city in there. Indeed, perhaps it is a ruined city, or some really big-ass temple. Here we go. Feel like I've sort of found the entrance to a forbidden jungle temple. Because there is something a bit jungly about this region, isn't there? Look at that, the way that's framed between the two stone pillars. With just all the different wiggling, gnarled tree trunks disappearing into the fog. That's, in its own way, very picturesque. It does make this feel swamp/jungle seem absolutely massive, though, doesn't it? Alright, it's raining. Let's not ruin the nice hat. Shame I couldn't get a hood in red. Okay. Tricky to navigate this place, isn't it? Hello. Mr. Frost Atronach just plodding along, minding his own business. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. What a lovely day in the swamp. Ah! And then he was dead. Who goes there? Is this place marked on the map? Does it have a name? Severi? Is that it? It's not a very impressive name, is it? For a... No, we're up here. Never mind. Severi, huh? I didn't even see that from the air. Well, we were up here the entire time. Anyway. Oh, I remember Severi. It was that little tiny community in the hills that we found on our way to Roadir. Getting all confused. Now, this place doesn't seem to have a map marker, at least I've not found it yet. Right, I just heard a person. Who the devil was that? Oh, you're hostile. It's disappointing. Daedroth. Oh, hello. What, you killed your master? That's just genius. Well done, mate. Oh, can I not loot you because you're in swamp water? That's kind of annoying. Hold on. We have to get our face in the water, apparently. Okay, nothing of value anyway. Blech, all wet now with dirty swamp water. Delightful. Local maps are entrance somewhere. Oh, here we go. This place is called Tamriel Rebuilt. Tamriel Rebuilt, everyone. If I can remember how to bloody spell it, I'll make it the video title. There's the entrance. So we found one random Burk who attacked us on sight and Frost Atronachs. Nothing else. And it's exclusively Frost Atronachs for some reason. What's up here? Oh. That's, not supposed to be there. Oh, shrine to Azura, huh? You are looking at the favourite of Azura right here, guys. And yet you attack me anyway, fools. Pick up Azura's star and wave it around at them. So there are Azura worshippers, huh? I think there'd be a few more winged twilights around if that were the case. Rather than random frost outstracks, but maybe there's something I don't know. It's been known to happen. Once or twice. Let's have a look at this place. Very impressive exterior though, like wow. What? I did not mean to do that. I pressed 7 on my keyboard to select Azura's Light and it didn't happen. Someone wants me dead. Oh, you can come and get me. What do we have here? An Elemental Daedra. You've learned the spell Experimental Frost Atronach from this book. I said, do you mind? How rude. All I am doing is just reminding me of business, trying to read a book. Scroll of Hellfire. What? 16 tones of Padme. Weakness to Magicka on self, weakness to fire on self, fire damage on self. Frickin' bizarre. I wonder what it says. Hey, Kalan. Gotta talk Padme. I mean, I have a translation guide here. If anyone is mad enough to pause the video and actually use this to figure out what this says, I'm sure it would be fascinating, but I don't have the time right now. The prayer to Azura. As the time twists through the sphere of the sun, conceiving the doing of all souls, pray it not be Mehrunes Dagon to reap the harvest you have sown. But on the grimmest of days, when all has been taken, let hope never be forsaken. Invoke through Nirn's fiery night. Kneel upon the shrine of Azura, and let there be a glimpse of light. Spirit of the Daedra. Wabbajack. For the collection, of course. Some gold on Oblivion, the Book of the Daedra. Various soul gems. An allied soul. The game continues to taunt me, I see. What do we have over here? This clearly is more precious than the others. Just Aedra and Daedra. Okay, fine. Ring of Wizard's Fire. Ah! There we go. A winged twilight. Let's try and soul trap one of you. Potentially. Although I don't think they'll cut it. In terms of making cool enchantments, anyway. What we need is golden saints in the wild to not summoned ones, or we need ascended sleepers. Breathing water. Invocation of Azura. The Wolf Queen Book 8. Someone buried that silver dagger right into this immaculate, gorgeous-looking table. It's just uncouth. Uncouth behaviour, I say. Anything up here? No. Does the Lady Azura have something against fine furniture? I just do not understand. Oh, hello. It's all collapsed. Hello, good sir. Or madam. I think that was a sir. Oh my goodness me. Okay. That was a strong spell he just slapped me with. Good thing I quick saved, huh? Might be better off engaging in long-range wizard dueling with these chaps. They all seem to like their poison magic a lot, don't they? Some sort of constant effect resist poison would be nice, actually. Oh, goody. The game crashed. It doesn't like reloading in the middle of a session, does it? Alright. Alright, here we go again. Range leech health. Let's do this. Let's do this. You don't like that, do you? Oh no, someone's shooting me with magicka. My one weakness, said the high elf. He milked that for all it was worth, didn't he? What are they chowing down to eat? Kaguti meat. Ah, yes. Truly the... What a nutritious looking meal this looks like. Oh, some hound meat, lovely. And then this one guy's just got a party ring on his plate. Okay. Jagger. I don't know if we have Jagger in the booze collection. I shall take it. Vaig. I don't think we have Vaig either. That's a Nordic Skyrim thing. Vaig and Jagger. No, I don't mean the game Skyrim, because everything in Skyrim is just ale and mead. And mead and ale and eat mead and ale and mead and occasionally wine and occasionally alto wine. But I mean in Morrowind, at least, Vaig and Jagger I think are Nordic drinks. Well, yeah, one more day, one more deranged lunatic cult. It's just the way of things in Morrowind. You can't go 5 feet without bumping into another cult. And I'm a bloody member of a cult. I'm a member of the Nerevarine cult. Well, they call it Ashlanders on here, but, you know, technically I'm a member of the Imperial cult too. I forgot about that. That was never really going to happen in this playthrough, was it? I think we joined just for the convenience, didn't we? For the discount on using their altars, and that was about it. Perhaps in the future, I will do a Let's Play with a character that's very pro-Imperial, and we end up doing stuff like the Imperial cult, because that was one of the better quest lines from what I recall, the Imperial cult. I've definitely got some very interesting rewards for doing their quests, at least. Daedra Heart, Invocation of Azura, another prayer to Azura. That's the same one. Ah, I knew it. Nice try, chum. Nice try. Any more of these cursed? Yep. 2 of them were, in fact. Okay, this one actually turned to ash. The other 2 did not. Oh, there's more. What have we here? Bonk. Door immediately slammed in face. Yeah, nice. Okay. Our own Daedra is shooting her with lightning spells. That's funny. Ajari. An interesting robe. I don't really like that robe very much on male characters. There's something about the cut of it. It just works better for female characters. Shirt resist paralysis. Constant effect resist paralysis 20% on self. Well, I'll be damned. For the collection. Practically my battle cry at this point. I have some thoughts on what I want to do for the next playthrough of this. I've already gone over them a lot of them with you. In terms of like what skills and stuff I want you to do, the crunch end of the character, but in terms of what like race and what type of person they're going to be, I've had a couple of ideas and I can't really decide between them. I'm only going to tell you that because it popped into my head just now and I'm doing the whole stream of consciousness thing at the moment. I'm not actually going to tell you what the options are because that would be spoilers. Come on. Some merchant's going to get a big old surprise when I pay for something with one of those cursed coins. Are you quite done? I think I've killed half the Dramoras in Oblivion at this point. Come on. Come on, Dice God, stop taking the piss. Five hours later. There we go, finally. Oh, another water spear. Don't need those anymore. It's all rubbish, mate. It's all rubbish. If I was a level 6 character or something that didn't have a lot of money yet, of course that would be a lovely pile of loot, but yeah, that ain't me right now. I am the fabulously wealthy Archmagister of House Telvanni, and I have no need for such trinkets. Of course, valuable weapons is always a good thing. If I weren't so high on my carrying capacity right now, I would consider picking up some of the ones from the Dramoras, but, you know, so I can give them to Laruvi to sell. And honestly, some of those daggers and Wakasachis I probably should have taken, but water under the bridge now. We're done with this place. Right. This is quite a swamp, isn't it? I almost feel like I could do with a mount to get around in a place this big. That was not an invitation, Nick Sound. Betty Natures. Ooh, a cave. I'm probably not going to find anything I'm looking for in this cave, and yet. The Barless Burial, huh? There's going to be like a funky Ashlander burial instead of an ancestral tomb. I hope so. Oh, looks like it might be, although this looks Dwemer to me. Quality Rising Force, huh? Very interesting. Feel the need to quick save. Oh yeah, those are sort of mummified dudes. Can I please get up here without casting a spell? Yep, that's a mummy. Bone meal! Hurrah! That's another ingredient. Keeps giving me rising force potions like it's a sort of, like some kind of hint. I just want to go back in here and look up. This is a bit different, isn't it? I mean, these are like traditionally Dwemer bits there, these alcoves, but maybe they've just repurposed them for the sake of building a more interesting looking level. Maybe I shouldn't read into that too much. Oh, that's an underwater door. Hollow barrel. Whoa. Turn this place into a spa. Dispose of the mummies. No one will ever know. Get rid of the skulls, etc. Get some proper lighting in here. Sell tickets to this place. Come to the wonderful Swamp Spa. Owned and operated by House Telvanni Incorporated. What am I looking in here for? Do you know what? At this point, a torch might be easier than just recasting light constantly. Okay. I didn't realise we were visiting the Paris catacombs. Jesus. That's a few skulls. Oh, mushrooms. Bit unusual, really. For some bizarre reason, you don't see mushrooms like this in caves very often in this game. Sunken barrel. Oh, well, should have expected that, shouldn't I? Well, guess what I've got? That's right. Constant effect water breathing. Oh, I got a magical shirt that gives me gills. You have to wonder about how the actual physical mechanics of water breathing spells actually work. I assume it must give you gills or something, because otherwise how on earth would that actually, you know... Does it just let you hold your breath indefinitely? What is it? How did you end up down here? Well, I suppose you didn't have a fancy shirt like me. That's the obvious answer, but why were you here in the first place? Well, you really would need a spell or a potion to get around down here, wouldn't you? There's no air pockets at all. Sunken burial. Well, I'm seeing a lot of sunken, very little actual burial, though, if I'm honest. Down here in the sump. Oh, we're back here. Okay. I suppose that means we've done a complete circuit of the place. Alright then. I feel like I might have missed something. Just got that kind of feeling, you know. Like I probably missed something. Feels like there ought to be more to this place. What's this over here? Oh, there's something over here, alright. Okay, what's that? What the devil's that about? Is there another passageway up here I didn't see? Because I can't get through here. Even with levitate, there's too much stuff in the way. Yeah, how do you get there? Oh, we're back in the hollow burial. Oh. Well, I didn't go this way to start with last time, did I? Elu burial. No, this is new territory. I've not been here yet. Squeeze through there. Whoa, okay. Oh yeah, we would have missed the good stuff if we'd left then. Wow. What have we? Oh my goodness, this is incredible, isn't it? I'm surprised there aren't more monsters around here or something, you know, more undead skeletons wandering about or something, but regardless, I mean, wow. This is superb. Look how the rock has sort of like collapsed in over time and all this has gone all weird, and because this must be truly ancient stuff right here. Magical water that gives off light. Barless burial. Ah, and that brings us to the here. Okay. And then Elu burial again. Oh, hold your horses, Elu burial. I'm not done with this bit over here just yet. Where was the... Ah, yeah, here we go. Have you got a something there? You have a wooden staff. Why does this feel like a secret door? Oh, okay. It's a little bit treacherous to navigate this section. Oh gosh, look at that coming towards you down that spooky corridor. Greater Ancestor Ghost. Very spooky. This is where we came down in the first place, isn't it, this passage? Wow. To think, a random cave entrance in the swamp that I might have simply decided, you know what, I can't be bothered, let's go. I am so glad I didn't. If I was in Vardenfell, I might not have bothered. But with Tamriel Rebuilt, it really is worth just ducking into that random cave you happen to see. Doesn't this lead to the Elu burial or something? No, a barless burial. Okay, yeah. Takes us back up here. Elu burial. Oh, okay, no, I was about to say it all looks a bit the same. I thought we were back in the area we were in earlier, but apparently not if that rat's there. A barless burial, okay, I'm assuming this is, yeah, the door we found earlier, and then I turned around and went back. Slow down and walk, let's get that fatigue back. Although, you've got a bow, so you're not giving me a choice, are you? We have here Pile of Skulls, Ashamubdul the Guardian. He has the Spear of Ashamubdul. Quite a good spear actually, that 4 to 45 damage. Wow. Oh Christ. Hello. I should have expected that. Now that's a unique artifact and a half. Tried to take his spear and he was just like, no. The way is shut and the dead keep it. By which I mean the way to my spear. Get off. Pesky adventurer. Oh. Have I stumbled into? Screw the hot springs idea. Just charge tickets for this place. It's incredible. Oh, I see a scroll. What do we got? Tino's Hop Toad. I won't say no to that. Always kind of useful, Tino's Hop Toad. You never know when. Jump is occasionally a preferable alternative to levitate. Not often, but occasionally. Mesabun Sunken Burial. Feel the need to check the mummies now to see if any of them have names like that guy. Ooh, hello, this one's got a bow. Devil longbow. Pretty good. You, on the other hand, are not going to come alive to attack me. A mud crab! The final boss of the dungeon, everyone. We have beaten him. He is vanquished. Ugh, okay, fine. I explored this bit before. I have. I actually have. I just didn't take this turn when I came this way, apparently. But I'd like to get out of... This is awkward. There we go. Back in the hollow burial. Right, for reals now, I think that is actually everything. Yep, there's the pile of skulls. Alright, pretty cool. We got a very unique spear. Fought a mummy. A few ghosts and skeletons as well. Took in some amazing sights. This is definitely a win. Worth doing. Who made this place, though, of course, is what you have to wonder. I suppose the ancient Velothi, maybe? Does that mean we're going to find some Ashlander tribes around here? If there's a big burial cave in the vicinity? Perhaps not, perhaps. One does not imply the other, but you never know. Big old place, the mainland. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks very much for watching. That's it for today. I've just noticed the cuff of one of the cuffs of Fathers' fancy shirt poking out from under the robe there. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. That's it for today. Another long episode because, as I said, we're doing one a week at the moment, so I feel inclined to give you much longer episodes than perhaps I ordinarily would as a result. So, yeah, hope you enjoy, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one. Toodaloo.